Alec, what's going on?
It's it is a good day
It's a good day.
because yes, because I'm victorious.
You're
I
victorious.
am champion. Yeah,
Supreme gent, huh?
I'm a supreme gen. Indeed.
Oh,
Well, we're all successful. It's a good time. We're all at
Yeah,
least a gent,
we are. Yeah, we didn't show up shameful.
as we should be on the Indie Gents challenge. Anyway, we're joined again by Tiger, otherwise known as Thanos, on the Discord.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
Thanos.
he knows. He knows against me.
Yeah.
If you're not aware what the Gents Challenge is, it's a challenge where we're paired up in our little gaming community on Discord. We're paired up with someone else, and we each have a list of games on our backlog of video games we haven't beaten, and each partner assigns the other the games they have to finish before the deadline. If you beat one before the deadline, then you're a gent. If you beat two, you're a supreme gent. If you beat neither, you're a rascal until the next challenge. And so we do a video in the beginning of each challenge and the end of each challenge. We basically predicted our outcome here. We all expected to be gents. It's more shameful. Like last time, it was the confidence boost challenge, and I actually was a rascal then. So,
Yeah.
This is another one where it's like you should at least be a gent. I was optimistic. I wanted to play my second game, but I just didn't have the time to get through it like I wanted to.
What was your second game this time?
So, I'll say my first game was Little Nightmares, and that's a real short game. And my second game was Kena Bridge of Spirits, which is what I've been wanting to play anyway. I played a very little amount of it, but I didn't get through it. I will say, the Little Nightmares.
It will sit on your shelf forever.
Actually, I'll see in my PlayStation digitally forever. Thank you very much. Little Nightmares, though, I really loved that game. It was a lot of fun. It was really a really cool experience. I feel like it would be one that would be fun for us to actually review, maybe around Halloween time sometime. It would be cool.
Yeah, I've heard really good stuff about that game, but I've never played it myself. So
it's really cool. I feel like you would like it a lot. There was a lot of moments that felt almost very Ghibli-esque in how they were presented, and that's like the impression that I got from the box art when we did box art battles, and it came up, and it was kind of like Ghibli in some way, and especially there's the whole final sequence. I'm like, wow, this is really like straight out of Ghibli. It was wild, and it was
very imaginative, kind of.
Yeah.
I just rewatched my favorite movie yesterday, Princess Mononoke.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Always great to go back to.
Last year, me and my housemates were starting to go through them in order, like all the Ghibli films. But then we got to Grave of the Fireflies, and we were like, we have to kind of be in the right mood to watch this, and we never got into that mood. So
that happens to me every time. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever made it all the way through it.
Yeah, we were just like, because like I've never seen it, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna be a wreck through most of this movie. So like, but did you know that movie double featured with My Neighbor Totoro? By the way.
Oh.
Yeah, so you've got a movie about death and World War II, and then a happy-go-lucky adventure in the forest. But anyway,
I'm sure there's some relative symbolism behind Totoro and World War II. I haven't really looked into it.
If you squint hard enough, you can just about see. You can see the bombs dropping. I was paired with Shadow Eternia, by the way, and I gave him. And I said this in the beginning of the challenge. I'm not very experienced in a lot of indie games, anyway. But I gave him A Hat in Time and Cuphead, two very different ones. And I know he had a problem with A Hat in Time, so he was like, we basically said it'd be okay if he beat Cuphead, but then he never seemed to make any progress on that one either, so it didn't really matter.
This was a pretty quiet challenge.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody really talked. There wasn't many updates. You were either a gent or you said, "Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna beat my game," and that was it. You know.
Yeah, kind of a. Yeah, it was a good thing that we decided to go through this one because this was a really tough part of the year.
Hmm.
Like basically everything came out
Yeah, that's
at
true.
the end of February through March. Like so many games. There's like 6 games that I want that I haven't picked up yet.
I want to get the
So
new Kirby so
Kirby
bad.
is the love of my life.
that's one I've picked up, but I haven't really even had time to play it yet because I've been playing Witch Queen. So
Mm.
I've been doing the grind on that. And that I mean I'm in love with Destiny all over again. Like I was with Beyond Light, falling in love with that game. So
Well, I
uh,
100%ed Kirby. That's my
ooh,
my love.
wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
Fast.
That
Damn.
was a really fun challenge too, because like Kirby's are known for being easy, and it is definitely easy if you just play through it. But they did a good job of like, and it's a lot like with Mario, 3D Mario's with me, where I always kind of want to go for that 100%. They did a good job of adding
Mm,
challenge to it that was like reasonable, and then if you put more time into it, it's easier because you always have the ability to like level up your powers more and make it easier.
hmm
But it's also like if you just do it really well, you can get through it too. So it was a fun challenge. Anyway,
hmm
so Alec, what did you who were you partnered with? What games did you have and all that?
I was partnered with the illustrious Mr. Kingdom Hearts boy, who's old soul, old friend from the old forum
The
days, way
peak
back
Earth
when.
days.
The Purgif days, yeah.
Mhm.
Uh so I challenged him to for Bastion and Dust and Elysian Tale. I don't remember. I think I had read. I think he just ran out of time with Dust. But he did get through Bastion. I forget to look up what he said about it, which is unfortunate. I should because that's one of my favorite indie games ever.
Mhm.
But he challenged me to beat uh, Fury and then Shovel Knight. Uh, I know I think on the original episode I know I had said that like I wanted to make sure that I did I wanted to beat every single Shovel Knight expansion, like every single DLC. I got about halfway through Plague Knight, which is the first one, and it's great. Don't get me wrong, but that DLC in particular is literally like you're basically just doing the exact same stages as Plague Knight.
Mhm.
It's a little different because there's like different story elements, and there's like some slight differences here and there. Obviously, it controls very different too, but because I just like literally just gone through it, I was like, I'm gonna hold off on this. I'm gonna count that as a complete. I actually beat it like 2 or 3 weeks before I even posted the picture. I just waited till last minute because I was giving myself a little bit of time because I was like maybe I'll go back to it in the next couple of weeks. Maybe we'll see how far I get. Um, but no, I beat Shovel Knight, so I was very pleased with it. Magnificent, fun throwback game, and a lot of really good replayability with it too because they have little like they basically had their like own in-game achievements for it. But there's some that are like really tough where it's like beat a whole stage without getting hit, or it's like use break every single checkpoint. Which basically means that if you die like to the boss at the end of the stage, you'd go all the way back to the very beginning of the stage. And the stages in that game are fairly long, so it's that'd be brutal.
Mhm.
But no, it was good stuff. It was very fun. But before that, Fury was a little indie game that's pretty much just boss fights. It's like quick action sort of boss fights, but it's I think the game is exactly the length that it should have been, which I think there was only I can't remember the exact number. There's there 13 or 14 bosses. I don't remember the exact number. It was the exact perfect amount of bosses because they each one had like its own little wrinkle. Like some of them were so just to give a rundown, you're basically like this like futuristic samurai-ish character that has so you have a katana but you also have like a gun, like a rapid fire gun. So there's some like bullet hell elements to some of the boss fights. Sometime every once in a while. But a lot of it is very like action based. A lot of dodging, a lot of knowing exactly when to attack, when to parry, and everything like that. There's some like frame perfect stuff. It's not like you don't actually have to literally be on the exact perfect frame, but there's like some sort of like semi-fighting game sort of elements to it with the pairing. So it's really great. They do unique things with every single boss. So to me, it feels like they really fleshed out the concept very, very well, and they refined that to basically to as far as the concept would go. They didn't go too crazy with it. They didn't push the envelope. Exact perfect length it needed to be. Exact perfect difficulty it needed to be. Especially for the normal playthrough, because there's actually a harder difficulty that I unlocked that I did not go through because the game was already difficult enough as it was. I didn't need another difficulty level at that point. But no, it was really enjoyable. It's a little bit of a I was not overly keen on the very final boss. There was some like weird stuff with that that I was not overly a big fan of, but overall, still a very positive experience with that game. I'd absolutely recommend checking it out. I had it on Switch. I don't think it played 60 FPS. There were times where it felt like it did, but I think they locked it down further. But I know if you get it on PC, it's like a very smooth 60 FPS, which is really, really important for the gameplay moments. Just because of it just feels really good to be in the action, and it feels very smooth and flowy. So despite the fact that I don't think the Switch version had that, it still felt really good to play. So big recommends for sure.
Cool. By the way, Mr. Kingdom Hearts boy, I went back and looked, and he said that Bastion was awesome. I love the atmosphere and story. It makes me want to play all the other games that Supergiant made.
As it should. Transistor was a game I played last time, and that was like another wonderfully moving experience, as Bastion also was. I haven't played Pyre. I played maybe about like 15 hours of Hades, and that's a wonderful game too. So, yeah.
All the games are starting to flow into each other now. These one-word names, Pyre, Fury. I honestly thought your game was one of those Supergiant games until just now.
No, Fury was made by I'm not even sure what the studio has really done. But one kind of interesting sort of interesting thing is that all the bosses have like animal gimmicks, sort of. So like all of them are wearing like weird like semi fursuits, but they're not like fursuits. So so they all are very
the furry element.
That's because it's Furi, Furi. Right. So it's like, is it supposed to be Fury or Footy or? I was like, so I didn't know how to pronounce it. I think it's just. I think it's just Fury. So it's but yeah, the soundtrack phenomenal. Also, I want to shout that out too. Soundtrack is awesome. If you really like. If you really like a lot of EDM and like vaporwave or anything that's like electronica, you like anything like that, it's just like right up your alley. It's so good. Really, I think it would be a really good thing to do while you're like working. Seems like it would be a really good working thing, or working out maybe. You can do that too. It's a great soundtrack, really good. So,
all right, Tiger, how about you? Who are you paired with? What games do you get?
All right, I'll be honest. I should have looked back. I don't really remember. I think it was Ray Lewis and Josh something or other. I don't remember what games I picked him, to be honest.
Josh Prep. Yeah, okay. You gave him 2064. Read-only memories and Umurangi generation.
Okay. Oh, I really want to pick up that game, Umurangi, whatever it is. It looks interesting. I like the art style. I don't know. I think he beat them.
He did.
At least the first one. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's Supreme Candidate.
We're proud of you. Yeah, I didn't really know many games from his list. I don't know indie games very well. Honestly, there's so many big games out there that I haven't even had a chance to learn about. It's like, you can only focus on so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did I get? I got Untitled Goose Game and No More Heroes. I sadly didn't beat No More Heroes like I thought I would. Yeah, this guy with the goose game shirt. Yeah. It was good.
It was an accident that I already
it was short, but I couldn't believe how much post-game content there is, too. It's insane. There's just, once you beat it, there's just as much, if not more, to do afterwards. It's crazy. So that was a lot of fun. I hope I can go back and beat No More Heroes, but I don't know, I'm so sucked into Yakuza right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, whenever I get back into Yakuza, that's all I want to play. I'm almost done with Yakuza 4 now.
Very nice.
Got put 70 hours into it since we last talked.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I probably put that much into Destiny, honestly, since the last time we talked. Probably easily.
Well, that was on top of, it took me 24 more hours to beat Yakuza 3. I was sort of at the end of that game.
Mm-hmm. No, I put 30 hours into Kirby.
I did beat another game in this time, but it wasn't wasn't on the list. I think I got assigned Yakuza 3 on 2 years ago on a Gents challenge, and I never beat it, so I have redeemed it. Ooh, the bug fables.
I have that.
I want to beat this.
That? I have that around somewhere. I think that's still in the other room for me. But yeah, I
definitely want to pick that game up. That was on my
list. In terms
of
indie games, that was the one that I had played and one that I knew I would love and I wanted to play, so I was hoping I'd get that. But...
Right. What is it about that game? Because it brings out the Paper Mario lovers and all of us.
Exactly. That's exactly. It's a shameless.
It's very shameless.
It's good, supposedly.
It
so.
is.
Yeah, because it's doing exactly what we want.
Right.
That's what we want as fans.
And now there's
Sometimes that's all you gotta do. Man.
There's another game, and there's more games coming out like this that are Paper Mario-esque. My brother sent me a link to a trailer of another game that's coming out, and it's a very similar style. I forget what the name of it is. Something about a cloud. But
it's hey, if Nintendo won't do it, the fans will.
Yeah. So the people are seeing there's a market for it, so I'm all here for it. If we can't have it in Paper Mario's name, then so be it.
It was Toby Fox with Undertale. I like Mother a lot. I'm gonna make a game that's a lot like it. And then because Nintendo won't do anything with I mean, I don't think that was the reason necessarily, but they won't give us Mother 3, so
it's just a running joke at this point.
Kind of is, yeah.
Yeah.
And they literally referenced it in a Nintendo Direct back in the day.
Right.
The Seth Green one. Give us Mother 3!
They're waiting to release it till they can release it for $100 in some form. They're trying to figure out how to make $100 off of it. That's what they're trying to do.
I hope not.
So I guess that's it for this Gents Challenge, huh?
There it is.
Come back in a couple of months, and we'll have another one, I'm sure.
Summer Gents Challenge.
Yeah, that went by so fast. I can't believe it.
I know, it was really fast, but I mean, think of all the games that came out just in the last 3 months. You had Elden Ring. You had Horizon Forbidden West. You had Elden Ring. Obviously, is the biggest game basically ever.
You had to mention it twice in the first.
Yeah, I know.
Games. That's how
Destiny 2 Witch Queen. That's my baby. The expansion to Destiny 2. You had a new Kirby game. You had Chrono Cross remake just came out couple weeks ago. Remaster. You had Lego Star Wars just came out 2 weeks ago as well. There's all kinds of games that are just coming out right now. I still have to pick out that Star Wars game. I really want to play that.
I've heard
I
stellar
want to
things.
get it. That's definitely on the top of my list to get.
So in a couple months' time, we'll begin towards the summer. Can't wait for E3. Ooh, that's gonna be great.
E3, which is not happening this year.
It's not happening.
No.
Oh,
No,
man.
Summer Games Fest is still happening, so Jeff Keighley can go out there and be like, "All
Whatever
right,
that
well,
is.
we
the only
have
thing
like
you got.
75 announcements for you
Yes.
this time around." And I got my friend Hideo Kojima, Kojima-san. How's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jeff could just be out there and be
World premiere.
world premiere. Yeah, it'd be
Can't
great.
wait.
I mean, I like Jeff Keighley. He's a great host. So
What is a year without an E3, man?
I
I
know.
don't even know.
it's gonna be this year.
I know.
Right.
They don't
Yeah,
care
that's
about us
always
anymore.
like
They don't.
around my birthday time. It's trippy to not have it.
Yeah, it was like a little. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like June is always like Christmas for gamers, basically.
Hmm.
Yep.
Right. It's like every other game event is sort of insignificant because of it. I mean, not so insignificant, but like nothing is gonna be as big as E3. So if we don't have it, what is that event of this year gonna be?
The Summer Games Fest is gonna be like the Bug Fables to the Paper Mario. It's for E3.
There you go. Whatever this is, let's hope it's good.
All right, so thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Go to the links in the description to check out everything from Tiger. Where can they find you?
You gotta follow Scooby-Doo Daphne 2 on Instagram. That's Daphne TOO. Or you can check out Daphne 2 Presents the Pod wherever you listen to podcasts.
Nice.
Very
And
nice.
also click the links in the description for all of our social media and leave us any feedback you have. And Alec, what video would you recommend our viewers watch after this?
Why don't you go check out our Nintendo Direct review? The one from back in March that we did. That was exciting.
Way back in March.
Way back in
Can't
March.
believe it. Take me back, baby. Take me back.
Take me home, country roads.
Speaking of
Here's the
Ghibli,
place.
Oh yeah, Ghibli. That's in one of my favorite Ghibli movies ever.
oh that's probably my number one, honestly.
Whisper of the Heart is
man.
such an underrated film. It's so.
Oh, I know. I'm so glad to hear some love for it.
It's pretty magical. Zach, you should watch it.
I know what you mean. Yep.
It's like I don't know what's going on.
All right.
Well,
Thanks for watching. Hey.
I'm out of focus.
It's been... All right.